wheels.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute old. I never thought true love would be making one as lovely as she. But isn't she lovely? Made from
Isn't she pretty? Truly the angel's best. Boy, I'm so happy. We have been heaven blessed. I can't believe what God has done. Through us He's given life to one. But isn't she lovely? Made from
Back in 2015, I had the great privilege of conducting a very special marriage ceremony. We talked about the future. Well, 4 and a bit years on, the future is here, and what a future they've had. So what's today going to be all about? Well, of course, first and foremost, it's about this young lady here, Princess Prue. On the 25th of October this year, Prue officially, legally, by adoption, became Ian and Andrew's daughter. Kids were a big part of their lives, and they already knew that they had plenty of love to offer. The next phone call came. Would they look after a wee baby girl? Just a month old. All of a sudden, they went from 4 to 5.
Prudence Isabella Rose Riddick-Allen, or as we have come to know her, Princess Prue, has been in our lives for over 3 years. And we have watched her grow and develop from a small scrap of humanity to the bright and independent little girl we see today. This confidence is because she's encouraged to tackle things and not to be afraid. She knows that she's surrounded by love and responds by being open and outgoing. We accept her as she is, and she accepts the love that we give her. I hope that the following lines of poetry demonstrate the important role that family has and why it is the bedrock on which young lives are shaped. A family is a place to cry, laugh and vent frustrations, to ask for help, tease and yell, to be touched and hugged and smiled at. A family is people who care when you are sad, who love you no matter what and share your triumphs. We don't expect you to be perfect, just growing with honesty in your own direction. Family is a circle where we learn to like ourselves, where we learn to make good decisions and think before we do, where we learn integrity and table manners and respect for other people, where we are special and share ideas, where we listen and are listened to, where we learn the rules of life to prepare ourselves for the world. The world is a place where anything can happen. If we grow up in a loving family, we are ready for the world. Of all the things we're wishing for, wherever you are, Prue, and whatever you do, there will never be a day when we won't be wishing the best for Prue.
But of course, family isn't just about a bond of blood. It's about unconditional love and support, whatever life throws at us. Caroline and Christine will be a constant presence in Prue's life, and Alan and Pam are the closest to being grandparents that they can be, and they love spending time with Prue whenever they can.
2 weeks ago, Pam called to take Prue to her nursery. Usually when Pam calls and says, "Hi Prue, we're going somewhere," wherever that is, Prue says, "And Jack, and Alan." She likes us all to be included, of course. Jack was in school and I was not involved in that day. So she thought for a minute, then left Pam, went out of the room and came back a few minutes later with this. A little basket of toys with the instruction, "Give it to Alan." So I have had these toys for the last 2 weeks and it's been great, Prue, and I thank you so much for it. You may indeed struggle to get them back before Christmas, if at all. So there you are, that's how thoughtful and kind a child she is. Going back a little further in time, as she was learning to form words, some stuck with us as cute and amusing, and we remember fondly the very polite "Esh-pish." "Would you like some juice, Prue?" "Esh-pish." "Biscuit, Prue?" "Esh-pish." You know, and it's funny in life how these things stick with you, and still to this day, Pamela and I are occasionally saying to each other, "Esh-pish." I'm finishing with the heartwarming moment on October the 25th, when the adoption was confirmed. Along with social workers Rhiann and Denise, we waited with Prue, Daddies and Jack at Elgin Courthouse. That morning, not actually sure how long the process would take. In due course, Ian, Andrew, Prue and Rihanna were called forward. Pam, Jack and I sat down to spend an anxious and unknown length of wait. But lo and behold, only 2 minutes passed and they came back out again, the adoption confirmed. The look of joy on Ian and Andrew's faces was just wonderful, and it happened so quickly, it's truly amazing. Thank you for listening.
Last but not least, we come to Jack. Go for it. Nice and loud. I'll stand here. You stand here, and I'll back you up.
My sister is a nuisance. My sister is a pain. If it were up to me, I'd leave her out in the vein. So don't you tease my sister, or be mean to her at all. But I'll stick up for my little sis, because I love her most of all.
Margaret and Nicola are going to sing a very special song for us.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You've got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we see it grow. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them could ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, girl, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Ian and Andrew have asked some very special people to accept a role in Prue's life. So could I ask all of these people to please just stand up for a moment? Jack, Nonnie Jean, Donna, James, Lisa, Alison, Lorna, Pam, Alan, Stuart, Gillian, Sheena, Caroline, Christine and Margaret. Ian and Andrew would like you each to accept a role in Prue's life and ask you if you will promise to keep her in your thoughts, to offer her guidance and support, endeavour to see that no harm comes to her, give her guidance without judgment, friendship without condition, encourage her to use both her head and her heart in decision making, and last but not least, will you at all times ask her to be confident and true to herself?
We do.
Oh, again. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for Prue and the Riddick Allen family. Do that so it doesn't. Daddy Andrew. That's just a scroll. That's a nurse's scroll.
Yes,
So now we're going to hear from some of those special people who've been asked to be guide parents to Prue.
family and friends, I'd like to thank you all, on behalf of Andrew and I, obviously like to thank you all for being here today to celebrate with us on Prue's special day. It's lovely to see so many of you here, some from far away as London, Sheffield and Holtman. And not forgetting our family from East Linton and special friends from Aberdeen too. As Janet said, nowhere along the line did we think we would end up with a daughter to call our own. When we started our journey 5 years ago with the National Fostering Agency, I remember our first meeting with Frances, our social worker, and recall saying to her, never call and ask us to take a newborn baby. We would never be able to give her up. The phone rang. I picked up the phone for the National Fostering Agency to say they had matched us with a little girl. Andrew driving said, who was that? Me, the National Fostering Agency. Andrew, who have you agreed to just take? Me, as I looked out the car window, in a very quiet voice said, a little baby girl. Andrew's reply, Ian! That evening at 9 o'clock, a beautiful little baby girl arrived at Hillside House, a tiny bundle wrapped in a blanket with social worker Tom. The sleepless nights were about to start. We used to take Prue round to visit my mum on a regular basis, and she would be sitting with Prue in her arms and she would say, "You canna gie that bear in a wa." We would still say, "We're foster carers and that's what we're here for. We're here to provide a home for children in a short-term placement where they can move on." But that day came, when Prue's social worker Denise arrived to say they had found a match for Prue and a couple in Aberdeen. Denise asked how we felt, and I said we knew that time would come and we would learn to accept that, and we would love to meet this couple who were willing to meet with us. At that stage, Prue was 11 months old. I sort of started to think our little girl is going to be going. Both Andrew and I sat extremely quiet that night. I had no idea what Andrew was thinking, and I wanted to ask him if we could adopt Prue. And in the morning, we heard Prue wake up. And as we often did when Andrew was off, we went to play peekaboo from behind the bedroom door. Instead of the usual babbling sound from our little princess, she stood up in her cot and for the first time ever said, "Daddy." I started to call Denise, and thankfully I got hold of her right away. Crying my eyes out, I sobbed, "We want to adopt Prue." In a White Hills accent, Denise replies, "Fits a D." A bubbling wreck, I said, "We want to adopt Prue." Denise's reply, "Aye, I can. I could have told you that months ago." How do you think we were hanging back on much now we on day? And all our friends here today, for the love and support that you give, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We would like to say a special thank you to Prue's birth parents for bringing her into the world and for giving her a beautiful name that we love so much, and for giving us the most precious gift in the world, a little girl we're proud to call our daughter. Thank you.
What you waiting for?
has very fixed ideas of where her future lies. It lies at Kensington Palace. On catching her very first glimpse of Prince George, Prue declared that one day she would be marrying him and becoming Princess Prue of Wales.